Welcome, welcome, welcome to the TCAD 10-minute take. It is I, your host, Sheree L. Stewart, and with me, as always, is my intrepid co-host, Don the Essential Worker Chambers. And as always, we're kind of slogging through these movies as we get to them. We're in quarantine times and pandemic times, but we are kind of working our way through Netflix now. And today's movie is Enola Holmes.
Yes.
And we will, as always, have Mr. Chambers go first. But before we get started, make sure you click that like button and the subscribe and the bell and all the things that you can click and mash and pound and smash.
Do it all.
To get all the takes as soon as they drop. So, Don will go first. Bang.
Okay. Enola Holmes, directed by Harry Bradbeer, starring Millie Bobby Brown, Henry Cavill, Sam Claflin, Louis Partridge, and let's not forget Helena Bonham Carter. Okay. Let me get this out. It's a good movie. It's well shot. It looks great. And I actually thought the story was cute. It's a cute story. I'm saying it's cute because to me this movie has a feel that it's aimed at that YA crowd, the young adult. Or let me bring it down a little bit from young adult. More for, say, girls, I would say from 12 to 16. I kind of feel right around there because that seems to be the age of the Enola Holmes characters by Millie Bobby Brown plays. So I'm thinking it's right around there, And the story of this young girl kind of finding herself, growing up on her, and finding her own way as pushed by her mother. It's a good theme. That's a good story. It's kind of front and center because the male characters in the story don't really seem to be, I don't want to say not competent, but like Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes, he doesn't solve anything. Like he's not the hero in this. He's the one that sort of has to learn along with his curmudgeon of a brother Mycroft, who doesn't seem to learn much at all. So this definitely has more of a girl power-ish feel to it for young girls to kind of send a message of, finding their own way, being independent, learn to do things on their own, kind of create your own path, sort of a message. And for that, it's good. Again, I watched it. I was interested. I mean, this is very PG or G-ish. I mean, there's no like gorish, not really a whole lot of blood. I mean, I didn't see any hugely insane deaths or anything crazy. So this is very PG kind of a movie. And so, but the action was good. Very well done, very competent. I watched it and I was like, okay, this is a good movie. It's not meant for me though. But I will say that if you got a young girl, if you have a daughter, somewhere in that 12 to 16 range, I think you can show them this, and I think she'll very much enjoy it. It's a fun type of movie, and moves along pretty well. It didn't feel too long. A couple moments sort of dragged a touch, but I was like, yeah, this is not so bad. They're just kind of building character here. So overall, it's not bad,
Where would you put it on our scale?
For me, this would be like a right where it is on Netflix. I'd be at home watching it on Netflix. If I had a daughter who kind of is into sort of these types of movies, I could take her out like the opening night, like a Friday night to the theater, and I have no doubt she'd enjoy it. I have no problem spending that money for that. So if I've got that target audience, absolutely, I would take them out opening night. Not just me, I could just watch it on Netflix and be more than happy with that. Like, and on a number scale, this is a good solid 7.5 to 8 because it's well done. It actually is really well done. I'm only giving it that sort of score because I'm not the target, so I'm not really kind of pulling it in probably how the target audience would, you know. So I'll go with that.
Okay. Fair. I guess let me start off by saying I think this movie was better than I expected.
That's true.
And that's only just because, it was on Netflix and I was like, eh. But you know what? Netflix has been hit and miss with movies that are great and movies that are horrible. So usually movies kind of fall somewhere in the middle. Like
Yeah.
they have some horrible movies on there, and then they have like some gems, and this was definitely a gem of a movie. I think that I would like to see movies like this kind of become more mainstream. Not to say that it's not, but in our culture, society, whatever, movies like that, like you said, are very narrowly targeted towards young girls from 12 to 16. And for some reason, we could have this exact same movie, but if it was their little brother, it would be everybody. It would be targeted for boys and girls. Like movies that like Percy Jackson and Harry Potter and these movies that have a male protagonist are sort of universal for boys and girls. But if it's a girl, then it's a girl movie. And I think that that's lame because, plenty of boys can learn and enjoy and, root for a character like this.
Right.
And, there wasn't any kind of themes that I would feel like a boy wouldn't necessarily be interested in. It's just a matter of exposure, and it's just the way that the way that it is right now is just, you just don't think about it. They just don't think that, oh, a boy would be interested in this. And so, and sometimes boys are actively discouraged from watching movies with it's a girl movie. And that's unfortunate because it's a really good movie. It was well shot. I think that they are setting up, I've heard through the grapevine, sequels, or at least another sequel to this, and it would center more on Enola's relationship with Sherlock. Like he would become more of a central character, and a mystery that they would solve together. And I think that Henry Cavill was like really, for the tiny amount of screen time that he had as Sherlock, it was really nice. And I would like to see him play Sherlock. I hadn't thought of it. I hadn't considered it until I saw it. And I was like, oh yeah, I could see that. Like it was pleasant. Like he's very pleasant and a better actor than maybe I had given him credit for in the beginning, especially seeing, Man of Steel and The Witcher and then Enola Holmes, kind of in a row. And how different they are, like so very different. Then, he's just sometimes like, pretty boys are written off as just, whatever they are. But he's actually really, really talented as an actor. And Sam Claflin is almost unrecognizable as Mycroft. Like I could not see him for the mustache. Like he was in that role.
It's an impressive mustache.
It was an impressive mustache. The supporting characters were all really good. Like you said, it was really nicely shot. I've seen some weird movies lately. Some that were, nicely shot goes a long way to making a bad movie watchable. But this is a straightforward story, a straightforward kind of mystery. There's no real surprises.
Right.
It's easy to watch. It's like a popcorn situation. You're home, you're in quarantine, you got your kids running around and you want them to shut the hell up. This is a perfect movie for screen time. There's nothing in it that's like particularly questionable.
Right.
Like even younger, like I think younger than 12 could handle it.
Easily.
Like it's definitely PG, easily family friendly, easily watchable, unless you have the sort of family that thinks that women shouldn't have the right to vote or whatever. Then you do you.
is wondering, why is there a woman on my TV screen?
Right. Like I think that this would make a really good theater movie. I'm kind of bummed that we are in quarantine times and this is on Netflix. And I don't know if this was originally just a Netflix original
Yeah,
always,
that's
or if
true.
they had some sort of theater release planned for it. But it's definitely worth the watch. It's worth the time. It's worth like making it a movie night. It's definitely worth the extra effort to go see it. So, yeah, Netflix, good on you. I
Yes.
think I have let me check the timer because that feels like that was enough time.
I,
Oh, 26
yeah,
seconds.
26 seconds. Look at that. But
Look at that. We are under time for like the first time ever in life.
exactly. I will say, to fill up those 20 seconds, um, I would agree with you in that if they do the sequel, I hope they do go the route where it's, say, her and Sherlock kind of do an adventure together.
I put them together. I really did. I
Yeah.
think their brother-sister relationship was really sweet, and we just didn't get enough of it. And I think that I totally get it though, because it's the introductory movie of her
Right.
character and building her character. And we've got enough Sherlock stuff, but now that we know her,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see them play off each other a lot more. And it's funny that, they have the two geniuses in Minecraft. He's like the odd man out who's not a genius.
He's just a curmudgeon.
Yeah, he's mad about it. He's disgruntled.
Just disgruntled. Exactly.
Is Helena Bonham Carter old enough to have Henry Cavill and Sam Claflin as kids?
You know what? I was going to let that slide.
Because why do they do that, man? Is she?
I don't think so. But
don't think
no. But if you,
But I mean, I guess maybe in the Victorian times,
yes,
maybe
in Victorian times, they probably married people off at like 14. So anything is kind of possible from there. I'm just going to say.
That was weird.
A little bit. But listen, she's a great actress, so I thoroughly enjoyed
No, I bought it's just
seeing her, for sure.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. But what you need to buy out there, you need to buy subscribing, liking the bell to get more of these 10-minute takes for the movies that we're watching. Also, don't forget, we've got tcadnetwork.com, the website, which just has everything there all at once. Not only the 10-minute takes, but our podcast episodes, as well as the new episodes of Good Morning Antioch and the reading. If you've missed some of those, they're all there at the website, tcadnetwork.com. So make sure you bookmark that. But if you love coming to YouTube, remember to subscribe and like the bell to get notified about more of these 10-minute takes as we post them. So this one, it looks like it's definitely a good one all around for Enola Holmes. I'm sure everybody will like it. And we'll see what happens if there's a sequel.
Yeah.
So until the next one.
See ya.
See ya.